Hello, everyone. Welcome back to True Green and Gold. I'm here today with another CFL snippet. Today, I'm going to be talking about potential changes to the kickoff. This has been a lightning rod of controversy in multiple football leagues because the NFL kickoff just became almost useless after a while because was a touchback 95% of the time. Okay, that number is entirely made up, but it probably is close to that, if you know what I mean. Meanwhile, you had the XFL in 2020 who honestly came up with a pretty good solution. I always liked that they came up with something new that did allow for some big returns. Most importantly, there was just action on the play at all. Whether they actually had skilled return men in the XFL is somewhat of a debate, but regardless, that change produced at least something better. I'll just leave it at that. Now, after the CFL League meetings, it's been widely speculated that changes to the kickoff were coming for the CFL. This fills me with a little bit of dread. Now, as we know, after a team makes a field goal, the other team can elect to take the ball from its own 40-yard line. Obviously, this does not apply after touchdowns, but if it now applies to any situation, you just wonder if the only kickoffs you see during a game are going to be at the start and at the start of the second half. Then that means there will be less emphasis on special teamers in general, not just return men necessarily, but just guys on coverage teams, etc. So guys who could make a roster may not have that avenue anymore. Of course, there'd be someone else who might get their opportunity, but maybe that player who would then take the place of the special teams specialist, who knows if they would even see the field at all. It's a real shame. But the CFL has seen a lot of great return men over the years. We've had Chandler Worthy and Mario Alford's made some big plays. Give me if I'm saying his name. Jarian Grant, Janary Grant, guy from the Bombers. Sorry if I got his name wrong in this instance, but I think you all know who I'm talking about. Heck, even Steven Sims had his moments for Edmonton this past year. Not many of them, and certainly not on the same magnitude. I'm not trying to compare Sims to those guys because I acknowledge Sims is not anywhere close. My point is, the CFL definitely needs to keep its kickoff as a whole because it is a very interesting play. Because the kicking team can score on the play, and you don't want to take away something that is uniquely Canadian out of the game. Obviously, player safety is paramount here. And maybe there is a modification of the XFL rule that would please everyone, but I personally really liked the guys lining up only 5 yards apart. You don't get much of a head start on the play, and you know, after a first wave on a return, it then becomes easier to break it because oftentimes you don't have the stragglers behind in coverage on the kickoff. So, all in all, It is a tough thing. How do you preserve an exciting aspect of the game while also keeping player safety in mind? It's tough. You don't want the Canadian game to just be overhauled and not even feel Canadian anymore. This is going to definitely be a challenge and a developing story as we head up to the season over the next few months. Stay tuned.